Hey Booktube, this is Kelly from Books I'm Not Reading, and I'm joined by Blue this afternoon, so probably not for very long. Say hi. Say hi to everyone. Yeah, such a good boy. Okay, so I meant to make this video earlier, and when I came home, I was so tired, you guys. I could not put a sentence together, so I ate lunch and then I went to bed. And I woke up and I had this crazy dream. I promise I'm going to tell you about the dream in just a second. But I think I did this last time on my Friday reads. And so I want to do it at the beginning of this Friday reads. I just want to say welcome. There are so many new people to this channel. I don't know if that's because I just inundated everyone at the end of the year or what, but I'm really glad you're here. So I'm gonna just mention a few, and again, I can only see people who have their subscribers as the channels they subscribe to as public. So I know I'm missing a lot of you, but again, I'm still really glad you're here. So the people who don't have any channels that are new to me, at least, are age 24 times 7. Don't know what that means, but welcome. Leona, Kara, Naya, Genevieve, and apparently a princess. So I'm so glad. Thank you guys so much for subscribing to this channel. I really appreciate it. The other people who do have channels, and I will link to their channels down below. Lindy's Magpie Reads. She's getting a lot of attention. Started the day with a shout out from Sean the Book Maniac. So congratulations, Lindy. Let's see, Leo Bancroft, and he looks like a newer booktuber. Got some cool graphics up on his thumbnail, so I don't know how to do any of that stuff, so very jealous. And then the last one, last but not least, is Rana Najar. I'm not exactly sure, but it will be listed down below. So thank you guys so much again for subscribing, and I'm so grateful that you all are here and that you all want to listen to me talk about what I've been reading, which is such a joy. Okay, I will tell you also about what I've been reading, but I have to tell you about this dream first. Okay, so I had a dream that there was a Booktube convention. Right? We're all very excited. Okay. It was in Jamaica, which sounds good, right? Like we're still you guys are all still on board, right? It was in Jamaica, but for some reason in my dream, Jamaica was on the eastern side of Africa. So kind of like between Africa and India. I don't know why. This is how tired I was, you guys. But I went to the convention, and Booktube is so big. There was no one there that I knew. And so that was really hard, but I still made friends, and I was still having a good time. And then we had this excursion where we went to a bookstore that was just really crappy. I don't know if somebody else had been there ahead of us and just devastated the place or what, but there was hardly any inventory. I remember I didn't buy any books at all. And then I don't know, suddenly there started to be all these Booktube t-shirts, and we would have, I know if we did actually have some kind of Booktube convention, we would have very cool merch. So I know that these would not be the kind of t-shirts, because they were not that cool. They had this weird collar, and then it had a thing that came out of it. I don't know. So I don't know if you're supposed to tie it somehow. I don't know what that was about. But anyway, weird things. We had a newsletter for the convention that was published every day. Sometimes I would sleep in my hotel room, and then sometimes I would sleep in a sleeping bag on the floor of this just like room, and there were a whole bunch of people in sleeping bags, and we're all just like camped out. I'm probably actually too old to sleep in a sleeping bag on the floor anymore. But anyway, I woke up and I was like, all those people must have been the people that I never get to meet. I never hear from on my channel. So if you think that's you, or if you're new to the channel, please say hi in the comments section. I love hearing from you in the comments section. If you don't feel comfortable, you can leave an emoji. And if you're not even up for that, then please give this video a thumbs up. But I want to hear all your thoughts about what a great booktube convention would be. Yeah, so anyway, so that was my dream, and now I'm like, okay, we have to go make a Friday Reads video. So I have been, for the first time in a very long time, quite busy this week at work. So I haven't been commenting as much, which is, one of my goals. And there are videos that I just, I see the thumbnail on, and I'm like, oh my God, I really want to watch that, but I just haven't had any time. Christmas decorations are almost all down except for the tree. That will happen this weekend. But anyway, so yeah, it's just, and then it's like, well, when do I have time to read? So I'm not really very far in, or not anywhere near as close to having things done as I thought I would. I'm only 67 pages into Paris by the Book by, okay, let's see if I can say it this time, Liam Callanan. And so this is a story about a woman and her two daughters who are married to a writer, and obviously the adult, not the daughters, right? So she's her husband, father of her two children, and he leaves. And he has a habit of doing this. Like, he kind of goes off on these weekends to like write. And so at first, they're just like, okay, like he's just gone. He's just like, usually he's supposed to leave a note. He didn't leave a note, but okay, whatever. So they're not too concerned about it initially. And then they realize, like, there's a question of like, is he alive? Is he, what on earth has happened? So anyway, they end up, and it hasn't quite made the transition from the past to the present, because they end up living in Paris and above a bookstore that they kind of run. So yeah, anyway, I'm enjoying it so far. I'm not sure if I like the structure of it. I sort of wish it was more linear. I also wish that it wasn't written in first person, but again, I'm only 67 pages in, which is just terrible. So yeah, but it's, and I'm reading this for Taking Tea with Catherine's reading event this month to read about books. So my other book, my nonfiction book that I'm going to read for that challenge, is about a very famous Paris bookstore. So more about that later this month. Okay. And I'm doing a buddy read of Macbeth with Rainy from Rainy Day Reads. Sorry, you guys, I'm still not totally awake. I'm still partially in my mythical Jamaica. Anyway, one of the big changes in my life since becoming part of Booktube is just reading Shakespeare. Like, just picking up a play and deciding to read it, and it's so wonderful. I love it so much. And I got a comment recently from someone that was like, oh, you know, like, I keep thinking like I should pick up some Shakespeare. And even if you don't talk about it on your channel, if you have a channel, or you don't want to talk about it to anyone in your life or whatever, like, you should still read Shakespeare. There's just so many dang references to Shakespeare and everything that comes after Shakespeare, and Shakespeare himself uses so many references as well. But there's a new film adaptation of Macbeth coming out that Jason has made me watch the trailer for so many times. And yeah, so so there's that. And then I think maybe it was last year or the year before, there was a film adaptation with Michael Fassbender, and I've seen the trailer for that so many times, but I'm like, no, I want to read the play. And I asked Jason, I was like, do I need to read something like a synopsis or anything before I start reading Macbeth? And he was just like, nope, just go, just drop yourself in. It's actually a quite short play. My Norton Critical edition here that I just grabbed is not short. There are so many resources in the back of this, but the play itself, I think, ends on page 89. We both thought we would be further along than we are. I'm loving the witches. I'm loving like this kind of supernatural element. For those of you who are afraid to read Shakespeare, really, like, I feel like Booktube is such a safe community. I mean, I was in a video, fortunately not on my channel, but I was in another video where I completely misinterpreted the end of one of Shakespeare's plays. Like, I just completely jacked it up. and the person I was with corrected me and helped me out, and I was able to see it. But yeah, so it's the kind of thing you need to keep, like, you need to read and then keep reading, because every time you read it, you see more. I think about different things. One of the things Rainey and I have been talking about is like how great it would be to play Lady Macbeth. Like, wouldn't that be just a phenomenal role to have? But neither one of us, I don't think, thinks we could pull it off. So anyway, I should be able to finish Macbeth this weekend, provided I'm not just like sleeping all the time. My God. Anyway, I'm really enjoying it. So it's a good start to the year. Some Shakespeare. Say, especially if that one particular person is watching, like, give it a go. Like, and I mean, Macbeth is very dark. This is, it's a tragedy, and but not all of Shakespeare's plays are like that. There's a lot of comedy out there as well, and romance and all kinds of things. So anyway, you guys, I'm so sorry for my slightly like zany Friday Reads video. And I also really, really wanted to greet and welcome all the people who have started subscribing to my channel. Booktube, remember to be kind to yourself, be kind to others, and I look forward to hearing your thoughts down in the comments section below. Have a great weekend. Bye.